Whoa! What? Oh, I just ruined that piece. Has this ever happened to you? You're doing really good, everything's going smooth, you gain confidence, and you speed up just to mess up your last piece? Well, as you can see, I have too. It's frustrating, right? Even though I've been woodworking for a few years, and my skills have improved, I still make mistakes. But hey, I get a good laugh and I share them here with you guys, right? So that's good. So if you guys are down for some entertainment and maybe just want to have a good laugh and see how this project is going to end up, stick around and you'll see. Oh, and if the title didn't give it away, I'm challenging myself to build a dollhouse without nails or screws. Are you ready? I wanted this project to be beefy and sturdy, so we're going to be using 3/4 inch birch. I started by cutting the 4x8 sheet into smaller pieces to run through the table saw to make things easier and safer. Then, marking my measurements I got from using this cut optimizer, I started ripping the outside walls on the table saw. Oops, don't forget about safety. There we go. Then I started ripping out the roof and floor pieces since they were the same length. Little did I know, my table saw was plotting against me for working it so hard. Let me just say, this was not the first time it did this to me during this project. But I somehow managed to channel my anger and not say words that would ban me from YouTube. Freaking new table saw. Alright, back to work. And now it's time to use my favorite jig for the table saw, my crosscut sled. Remember folks, work harder, not smarter. Wait a minute. I mean, work smarter, not harder. Anyway, mark the line and let it cut like butter. After that was done, I had to rip the interior walls down, but that fence was not reliable. Did you catch my Genius 6? Yeah, I was risking my fingers on that bet that the clamp would hold through all that vibration. Awesome. Now that I got the frame cut, it's time to get these dovetails going. So I set up my router and went to town. Taking my time to be careful and cut a little on one side, then flip it over and do the next side. Now remember that I was challenging myself, right? But I just couldn't wait and wanted to test fit this piece. Looks like that was just a little bit too tight. Tight joints are usually a good thing. However, I do need to make some room for some glue, so my first attempt was to sand it a little bit. Did you enjoy that sanding ASMR? And it's still too tight. Let's just adjust our router a little bit. And running it back and forth was just enough to make the joint strong enough, but not loose. Now it's time to cut some dados in the floor here, and it's been a little bit of a math, a little bit of trouble for me, so I'm hoping that everything lines up. I'm going to start it with the table saw, get a little bit, and then I'm going to run the dovetail through it, and hopefully that doesn't mess up. And then go ahead and repeat that for the top floor. And we've got to make an indent for the middle joist, or not joist, but wall on the top floor. So we're going to go from this end all the way over. It's going to be 19 1/4 is the center line. We'll just cut a little hair off of each of those with the dado. That way we can get the dovetail in there. You see what I mean here? You got the bottom floor and the top floor, so they don't line up. They're a mirror image. If I rotate it this way, and there you go, right? But just for a little bit different design, you got this wall here and then this wall here, rather than both being centered in, having 4 boxes. We'll have like living room, bathroom, bigger room, small room, something like that. Next up, dovetails for the top floor. Did I mention this was the first time ever making this? So I forgot to change the depth and check on it. So that first pass through there was just a little too deep. So there's a little bit of gap. It's nice and tight, but man, it's a little deep. So I'm gonna readjust my depth and for my next few cuts, that way it just fits in there just right. But the second pass much better. It's just enough room for some glue and still pretty tight. Goes right in. Just gotta get just right. And voila. Good. And now to do this middle dado, or dovetail should I say, wouldn't fit on my router table. Didn't really have a good way of doing that or anything big enough. So hopefully this fence will work out. This time I did test it on a scrap piece. So wish me the best of luck, guys. Oh yeah. Nice and tight. Yep, see? Woohoo! Just enough room for some glue. And that's the one strong joint. Look at that. Not too bad. Now it's time to cut our straight cut for the ceiling or the top floor. I'm just gonna set my depth on my straight flush straight bit router. This should be good where I had it. Yeah. And being that I don't have a whole 3/4 inch bit, we're gonna take this 3/8 and we're gonna run it through a couple of times. Gotta stay within that line. What? Oh, I just ruined that piece. What happened here? Huh. Somehow. Ah, my bit got loose. Somehow my bit got loose and almost cut this all the way through. Now I've got to make a whole new piece. So after all my mistakes, finally got the carcass put out. And so here's a rough idea of what we're working with here. This is what I'm talking about. Right here, this joint here, I'm going to slice this off a little bit so it's angled with the roof. But I also want to have an indent in the roof so it'll go in, and that way it'll be nice, clean joint. And I can also lift up the roof if I need to, for whatever reason. It'll pick up the whole house rather than having to grab the side or the bottom or something. Because, you know, the kids are going to be playing with this, and I don't know how well they're going to take care of this thing. So while using my old Craftsman table saw, it decided that the fence didn't want to stick, and sometimes the power was going out. It had wiring issues. I picked it up a long time ago off the side of the road, fixed it up. So the wiring's becoming an issue. It's just a pain in the butt. So I decided it's time for an upgrade. So super excited. We're going to get this going. We're going to get this project finished. So you guys bear with me. So now, like I said, we're going to go back to 25-degree angle on the table saw. We're going to cut an edge off of the top floor of the dollhouse here. So that way we can go ahead and lock it into the roof. So got my sacrificial board set up and sacrificial fence, and we're going to go for it. And like I said, I just got this, so I haven't really gotten to even get a good sled or anything. So we're going to use the little miter gauge it came with. I know it's not the best, but it is what it is, because I'm ready to do this thing. Now look, I didn't even change the blade. It's still got this little 40-tooth rough blade, but it actually has been cutting the plywood pretty well. I did test out a little bit. All right, guys, check it out. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Other side. Flip it and do the other side. Same thing. Oh, wait. If I want it to, let's see. Did I have this one? How did I have it? No, I had it like this. All right. So I need to rotate it this way. Woohoo! Almost messed that up. All right, this is taking way too long. I can't quite figure it out. So instead of trying to figure out how to get like a 60-degree angle on the edge of this, I'm just gonna go with 50 because that's what my DeWalt circle saw can do. So we're gonna do that, and hopefully that works too. And even if it doesn't work, I'll do it to both sides because that way they're even if I do have to do something else. So after fiddling around with this for an extremely long amount of time, I decided the best bet was to we're gonna do everything at a 50-degree angle using my circular saw, especially because the roof is a weird angle. I couldn't get it on the table saw just right, and I cut off the edges of the top floor with this. So it ended up working out okay. I tested on a couple scrap pieces, and here we go. Well, looks like I was cutting with my eyes closed again. Wow, that's not even close to what I wanted. And you can even see my pencil marks. Let's try again. So when it came time to assemble it, nothing lined up. So then I kept cutting the angle and trying to play with it, and now I made it too short. So I had to make another piece. Now I got everything figured out for you guys, so don't listen to what I said earlier. So this is still 50 degrees with the circular saw. This is 40 degrees on the table saw flipped over. And that way this whole thing is like 100 degree. I wanted it a little more steeper, and that's why I was trying to do 60 with this, but I had no way of cutting a really good straight line with 60-degree dado kind of thing, right? So anyway, so since my circle saw goes to 50, I was able to do 50 degrees on there, as you saw, and now we're gonna put it in place. And this is what we're working with. Got everything just sort of roughly put in place. You can see got a little bit of tape on the roof there. But, I mean, there's the frame. That's the carcass we're working with. Finally, got it all built. Now we just need to add some floor, some carpet, some tile. You know, we're going to deck this thing out. We'll get the kitchen, bathroom, all that stuff. Little kids area in the attic. Just wait, guys. Now it's time to glue this bad boy up. I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on the roof. That way I can flip it over, keep everything in place. Put a little bit of glue in there. Actually, we'll do quite a bit. Make sure it doesn't fall apart. Put a little bit more in there. There we go. Just push it together. Lay it down. And of course it didn't work. Okay, we'll still line it up here. Alright, time to let that dry. And next up, we're going to do the top floor onto the ceiling, the roof. And I think I'm just going to load this thing up. Put it right here, let it down. Put it right down. Put it right here. Alright, got the roof complete once it's done drying. And the next thing I need to do is cut the backing for the house. And so since I got this little thin 1/8 plywood, I finally get to use this special little doodad thing that this fence can do. Look at that. Flip it over, I can rest it on here. Woo! And it's going to be nice and flush. And run it through there. Make sure I got my fence set up. We're going to go with 30 3/4. I love that little paddle thing. It's so much easier to just... Now I just need to lay this down on a piece that I cut. We're going to trace out the house. We're going to cut out this backboard here. Alright. Man, I am super excited how this thing turned out. Look at that. So strong. I mean, I'm really impressed with myself. No nails, no glue. I mean, yes, glue. No nails, no screws, no hardware. I mean, this thing is gonna withstand a hurricane. It is strong and sturdy. You know, look at this. Picking up by the roof, picking up by the top floor. I mean, literally just dovetails and some glue. The angles were a little bit tricky. Definitely caused me some trouble there, but I'm telling you, this thing is, I'm so excited. This backing is mostly just for looks. It'll give you a little extra support, but there you go, guys. That is it. All I've got to do is cut this out and glue it to the back. I'm not going to do that just yet because I still want to be able to take these slides out and because like I said, we might put some carpet, some tiles and things in here, but basically that's it, man. That's the cut, that's the build. Super excited. So let's cut this out. This was probably the easiest part of the whole build. And guess what? I didn't mess up. I just set up my straight edge from my circle saw and made my cuts for the backboard. Easy peasy. Have you guys built anything like this? Do you struggle like I did? Did you just give up and just nail it or screw it so it would stay and take the easy way out? It's okay, no one's gonna judge you for it. But let's just say this is part 1, so there's gonna be a part 2 or 3, however long it takes me to complete this, but we're gonna deck this thing out. So for future references, it's not made yet, but go ahead and watch this video next time. Whenever I eventually post it, it's gonna be right here. So click on this video, this will be part 2, and you can see what it looks like after we've built it.